newspapers now as we head towards 20 minutes before 7, and these are some of the front pages that we have available to us. First up, the Business Day, and their lead story, medical body mum on Bonitas probe. Last week's a scheme threatened to interdict the Business Day from publishing details of a draft report. Just to quickly look a little bit deeper into the story, the Council for Medical Schemes in 2018 inexplicably terminated a 2-year investigation into allegations of trustee election fraud, improper contracts and conflicts of interests at Bonitas Medical Fund, South Africa's second largest open medical scheme. The CMS initiated the investigation, which is called an inspection in terms of the Medical Schemes Act, into Bonitas in November 2014. Bonitas then launched legal action opposing the inspection that went as far as the Supreme Court of Appeal. The inspection eventually got underway in late 2016 before it was halted. So that's just a little bit of background into the story. The details are there. Then the DA pledges land home ownership for all in South Africa. This was, of course, at the manifesto launch. The manifesto launch at the weekend, the DA reiterated it will oppose any amendment of the Constitution to allow the expropriation of land without property. A DA vote, they say, will be crucial in Parliament, where a process is underway to amend Section 25 of the Constitution to enable expropriation. So that's their take on the DA manifesto. There's also a picture there from the Nigerian elections. Nigeria has begun counting votes in presidential elections, even though many people are still casting their ballots with delays after delays. So that's a bad one. And then finally, Ramaphosa appointing special state graft tribunal. He's established this tribunal to fast-track the finalization of more than 7 billion rand in civil claims linked to corrupt or irregular state contracts and ensure that looted taxpayers' money is returned to the state. So that is the Business Day this morning. And let's take a look now at our next paper, which is The Citizen. And The Citizen, of course, their big story, land reform, no magic pill. That's according to the ANC, and that's their lead story that they have got there. I'm just getting the copy of The Citizen open in front of me here so I can read just a little bit deeper into that small writing that I can't see off of the screen. It says, land expropriation without compensation is not a cure for all ills, and blacks won't be owning land overnight, the ruling party warns, but it insists its policy is not an election ploy. Okay. And then it's the DA's dance and song. There's a big picture of somebody sitting at the manifesto. DA supporters attend the opposition party's manifesto launch at the Rand Stadium in Johannesburg, and there's one of the supporters that they've got there in a photograph. Okay, so that's one last one there. End of the road for the accident fund. Tito Mboweni plans to axe the road accident fund, but it may not work, says an expert. Look at the details there. And then the last one. Kodwa Zizi, did you do it? Referring to these rape allegations. Pressure mounts on President Cyril Ramaphosa. The Luthuli House appointsman to step aside following rape allegations. Remember, we have got an interview coming up about that with the ANC Women's League in just a few minutes' time. They are asking for Zizi Kodwa's suspension. Businesswoman helps rural schools, and the DA promises a lean government. But, of course, the big picture there is Hambagahle Nontsukolo, 1935 to 2019. Dorothy Masuka, a legend, has fallen in the jazz industry, and that is the picture of Dorothy Masuko. Okay, those are the front pages of your newspapers, and after this, the conversation